This is Zetsway from ShiGig coming at you with a meta talk today. So, in terms of the deck that's mostly winning tournaments right now at locals and other places is Raging Form, due to the fact it's really consistent. And really the top three ones right now are Raging Form, Lukia Reverse, and Nebulord. These three are pretty much winning because of the fact that they can create so much advantage in their consistency. Raging Form is a really consistent deck because of the fact that you can go Break Ride over Break Ride, or you can Break Ride him, and then you don't always have to ride Break Ride for him because it helps when you Break Ride to pay the to help pay the cost for him. But you don't always have to because of the fact is when you do his limit break, you restand and he gains 10,000 power, so it's really good. The only bad thing is he doesn't keep the triggers, so make sure you have a column there you can put the triggers on, so it's really good. And retiring your own units so that Eradicators can't really retire them really helps out, and the fact that they can call more units is a really big thing. And then Lukia Reverse, the fact that it's a cross-ride deck, very good at generating advantage. You don't always have to play cards from your hand because you can get your soul is like another hand too, because you can call them from soul, and you got peekaboo cards which you don't have to fill up your field, so you can use peekaboo when they hit and call another row to attack, or you can use that to make multiple attack columns, and you can easily soul charge the regular Lukier so you can be cross-sided and still play your break grades in deck, which I do. If you see my profile already. You guys probably already seen my profiles for these two. Then you have Link Joker. This guy right here, Star Vader Infinite Zero Dragon's pretty much the backbone for Link Joker. Due to the fact that Nebulord, if you don't break ride, he really has trouble creating an advantage because he can only lock the back row, Nebulord can, while he blocks front row and the back row, so lowers your opponent's attacks. So it's really good at doing that, which helps you save hand and helps you lower your opponent's attacks. So, and then you can also use Nebulord's Limit Break to gain up power on the front row. So it's a really good attack deck and kind of defenses. Chaos Breaker Dragon is more of a defensive deck, which will be coming out in set 13. I believe it's April 2nd or May 2nd. I think it's April 2nd. But those three are these three right here are pretty much the most decks that are topping a lot. Really good decks. Really easily to create advantage with them. And then as for another deck that's topping is Dauntless Drive Dote. Unfortunately, I already traded all my copies of Dauntless Drive and Dote, so I can't really give you representation. I'm just going to use my alternate art Nahalem for you guys. It's a really good deck. Dauntless Drive and Dote, Restanding Vanguards. I heard Restanding Vanguards is really good, so yeah, very good. And then for other decks that are doing well in tournaments are Eradicators, if I can pick it up. Draconic Descent is really good because it helps a lot against Nebulord since it's a Restunning Vanguard and gains a crit if it doesn't hit. And Dauntless, not Dauntless, right, but Gauntlet Busts are really good with this card because of the fact that he gains a crit and gains 3k power when you retire opponent's units. Vowing Sword of Dragon Reverse, it's not the best deck right now. It does get to the top 8 sometimes, but not very much because of the fact that Raging Forms retire their own units. So a lot of times, if they break right to Vowing Sword Reverse, they don't have enough targets for the limit break, so Rokushin can't gain that much power. And then Lukier doesn't have to have a full field, and if they retire units, we can easily just get the units back on the field. Nebulor locks your opponent's units, so Vowing Sword can't really do that much because unless they want to really limit themselves even more by locking 2 more of their units, when you got Nebulord and Star Vader locking them already. And Dauntless Drive doesn't have too much power because Dauntless can be a one-man army. Everybody knows the power of Dote. If you don't know the power, then you're lucky because it's a very pressuring card and a very good deck. As for other cards that are doing well, you got Liberators. I don't have Garmo because I don't like that deck. I've traded my copies already. I have an Alfred Ganslet deck. I plan to build the Crossride version, but in terms of this card, it's a lot better creating advantage than Garmo, because Garmo, even if it versus Eradicators, Garmo, if you do use Garmo as limit break and fill up your field, sometimes you call really bad, actually a lot of times you call really bad columns, and you're lucky if you do, because you usually call a lot of triggers, and not always what you need. So, and then other decks that are actually doing, Aquaforce I've actually seen do pretty well. It's done pretty well against other decks, it has trouble with these three, of course, but once set 13 comes out, it's probably going to be up here because of like Tetra Drive Dragons are resetting Vanguard, and it's really good. And then Link Joker will come in. Other decks that work are Beasties. I've seen actually do pretty good, because if Nebulord hasn't locked any units in the front row, with the Break Ride, you can still restand, so it's pretty good. Other decks are Jewel Knights have not been topping. They're like really dead right now because of the fact that they have to have 3 or more rear guards to get some of their effects off, or 4 rear guards, and doesn't really work. Genesis, actually, Fortuna has been doing pretty well due to the fact that Fortuna has the ability to recheck their trigger check if it's not a trigger, so it's really good. Jewel Knights, I don't suggest playing because they're pretty much dead right now against all decks. If you have a Beast Deity, it's not too bad of a deck, because it does help with these decks, kind of, because of the fact that you can get multiple attacks off if you Break Ride, and you can restand your front column since Nebulord does unlock front columns. If they've already used up their counterblast, that Star's Tail, Unicorn, and Break Ride to lock your front row, then you don't really have to worry about that, since this card stands your front row. Decks I've been seeing do pretty well is Aquaforce. They've been doing pretty well against Eradicators, Gold Paladins, Dote. A little bit against Lucario, but not that much. But these ones are pretty much the ones topping right now. They do really good generating Vantage and stuff. Other than that, pretty much the meta probably will change with Aquaforce going more up here. So pretty much, if the once set 13 comes out, it'll pretty much be like this. These two can be interchangeable, but these 3 can be interchangeable because of the fact that they're going to be, these 2 will be restanding Vanguards. Raging Form Dragon will, of course, be on top for a long time, so it's a really good deck and consistency. Actually, Beast Deity beats that easily. Yeah, in terms of decks, it'll probably most likely be like this for a while. Dark Regulars, they're doing pretty well. They actually do a little bit better than Eradicators, even if you burst in Gauntlet Buster and Dote, because they don't really have to, so the Vanguard creates so much power with a Break Ride and gaining an extra crit, so it's not too bad. So I guess you could put Dark Regulars here, but they'll be kind of interchangeable there too. Go Paladins will still be lower. It's a popular deck, of course. Main character's deck is going to be popular. So this is what you can expect when set 13 comes out. I would actually put Great Nature probably right there too, above Dark Regulars and any other deck, except for these ones, because Great Nature, Leopold Reverse, and Chattanor, Professor Chattanor, the Break Ride for Great Nature that's coming up, is really good at creating hand advantage and power advantage, so it's a really good card, especially when you combo with Leopold. And it can actually counteract some effects of Chaos Burger Dragon, so it's really good. So in terms of what's that 13 come out, expect Aquaforce to make a huge comeback with Tetra Drive Dragon. Don't put it down because of Link Joker, because as you see in some of the videos, I'll verse Link Joker and I've kicked their butts all the time. Like, I've only lost a few times with my Tetra Drive Dragon deck online. I will be more in playtesting once I get set 13 out and I get the cards I need to finish the deck. So pretty much it will change like this due to the fact that Raging Form will still be a really topping card because it's still a really consistent deck. Let's see, this one will be really consistent because there's a lot more multiple attackers, and being able to attack twice, really good, especially when you combo with the Break Ride. This deck with Chaos Breaker Dragon will still be really good because of limiting your opponent's attacks, being a really defensive deck. So basically Nebulord's a really offensive deck, while Chaos Breaker Dragon's a really defensive but can still be powerful. And doesn't use as much Counterblast. So you have a lot more open plays with the Chaos Breaker Dragon. Lucario will always probably be in the top still because of the fact that you can get multiple attacks and still be cross-rated easily. So it doesn't really have problems with Chaos Breaker because you can still call more units out of Soul, get Regulars. Epic Buster Beast Deity deck. I plan to build a pretty cool deck that I've been working on and testing online. So once it comes out, you guys will probably see that. It's really good because even if you don't play Reverse, Ethics Buster, the Deadly Ethics Buster Reverse, it'll be a really good, powerful card because it'll be you can resend all the other units, and still get multiple attacks. Even if you got units locked, you can still really do really good. Other than deck, other than that, pretty much the current meta is this, really. These are mainly the top in decks right here. So like you've got Revenger Raging Form Dragon, Revengers, really pretty much the top deck right now, with Lukier falling behind and Link Joker. Link Joker, right now it's not the best due to the fact that Nebula Lord can't lock the front row. Only Death Tail Unicorn and the Bright Card can. So in that terms it's kind of balanced out, but when Chaos Breaker Dragon comes out, there's going to be a really big chaos with him trying to take over because of the fact that he's really powerful and he gains a lot of advantage. So pretty much, if you guys want me to do like a deck analysis on these and see why they're topping and stuff, just leave in the comments what decks you would like me to do a meta talk about. I'll start doing that series on whatever decks you guys want me to talk about. If I don't have copies of the cards, I will do one. I'll just go to Wikia, Vanguard Wikia, and use pictures there to show you. Other than that, if I do have the cards, I will do one like this, talk about the effects and why it's so consistent. So this will be Zetsoy signing out. Remember to comment, rate, and subscribe. Have a good day.